Okay. So once you make your friends list, you can go from your phone or here. I like to put people in It Works because I don't necessarily want to always be advertising. Like, you're in It Works, right? So I don't need to necessarily advertise, join my business, or I want to help you, I want to work with you. But since their algorithm is funny, they decide who sees your post, how many see your post. So if you use a drop-down box, so here I'll show you this. Maybe I'll show you this. Come on, stop there. Okay, there we go. All right. So here I'm going to go up here like I'm writing a new status. Okay, so right here, see where it says public?
Yep.
That's my default because that's what I pretty much have. So you do have to make sure that you're always checking that box so that you know. Because if you're going to put something that you want everyone to see, you don't want to have it just going to prospects, right?
Right.
But you can, it has public, friends, friends accept, so you can do that. Specific friends. And right here, you can search for a list.
Okay.
If my Wi-Fi is going to see, there's my list. So then I choose this, I save the changes. Okay. They don't know that they're in my prospect list because that doesn't show up for them, right. But I know that. So that then that is a way to see who's actually seeing it, who is engaging me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you want to put your hundreds list. All these names that you're gathering, I mean, some of them you're maybe not going to have on Facebook right now, but anytime you blitz someone, I try to get them on Facebook right away. And here's a trick. People change their email all the time, but most people don't change their phone number. Hold up. Hey, I'm on a Zoom. What's up? Okay. Okay, I will talk to her. All right. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, hold up. Just 1 second. All right. Open. So that's where you're, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. So you put your names in there. The phone number doesn't change most of the time. So you can search for people by their phone numbers, okay? So I'm just going to, I don't know. Let me see who I can. This is my brother. So there I've typed in his phone number, I hit enter, and there he pops up.
Okay.
So if you're getting, like, when you're handing out a Blitz card and you say, just put your name and your phone number, most of the time you'll be able to find them on Facebook like that.
Okay.
Okay, did you know that?
No.
Okay, you can look up by email too, if they give you their email. But the thing is people change their emails so frequently, or they'll like make a new account for this or for that because they get so full of junk over here. So then the email that they started their Facebook with 10 years ago may not be the same one that's still on the account that they're using. Right. But phone numbers, you don't typically change those that often.
Right.
So that's a good way. So then this is what you can do. This is my brother's business too. That's why that popped up. But so you can go down here and you can do add to another list. And there you can put in prospects, or you can put in, if it's somebody that you really, really want in your business that you're like, I just know that God has brought that person. There's a reason that I keep thinking about them. They're my top dream team list. You can put them into your prospects, but you can also put them in your dream team. You can have more than one list for each person.
Okay. So like the dream team is mostly for like the people that I really want on my team.
They're like your top chicken list. Like, oh my gosh, I
Okay.
want them so bad. And you can add that. You can add to it. And when those people sign up, then you can take them out of there. But so for right now, go through your 50 plus names and just start typing in their names and adding them to their group or their list. Okay. Right here. I don't know if I've got her. Nope, she's not in any list, but she's a prospect. And I also worked with her. Let's see, Ms. Manor. And then I go to the next person on my list. Okay. So here's the other thing. When you are going through your news feed, you can change. Okay, so Mark Pentecost. Like I'll just click on him. This is what I do sometimes when I'm like scrolling on Facebook, but with purpose. I will go to our friendship. Maybe. Okay, here. Nope, right here. See this friends right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, use that drop down. I can put him in it. It works. I wish he was on my team. Does that make sense? How to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you can do that? Like get all those people in there?
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whoops.
Mom, can I color with this marker on the paper?
Sure. You should go listen for your sister. Can you go upstairs, get the monitor, Braylon?
Where?
It's in Mom's room.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the other thing that you can do, let me go back to screen sharing.
Mama, there's only a weight.
Is she?
Is your baby awake?
Yeah.
You can go. I'll be here when you get back.
I'll just bring you with. It's all good. Okay. Excuse me. Oh.
I'll take care of it.
I got it. Thank you.
What a helper.
Yes. Okay.
What are you getting?
I'm trying to find, oh. Okay, so here's another thing that with those lists, can you see my screen again?
Yep.
Okay, so right here, oops. Well, you've got to be in your news feed. Okay, right here, see that it says news feed and then you've got these 3 little dots.
Yep.
Click on that and you're going to see the top stories. You can change that to most recent. You know how a lot of times you see things that already have like 15 likes or something like that?
Right.
That's why, because it's showing you the top, but you can do most recent. So then you're like one of the first people to talk to those or to share, or comment, or like, or whatever. But you can also edit your preferences here. And when you edit, you can see who you want to see first. I think you can have 10 that you see first.
Okay.
You're always going to see them. And I think this is where I want to be. Oh my goodness. I do not want games. All of those. No, that's not it. Well, okay. There used to be a way, and maybe it's on my phone. Just a second. Let me look on my phone really quick.
Okay.
Because I used to be able to switch to where I could just see the stuff from my prospects instead of seeing, all of these people. Like,
Right.
But I'm not sure how to do that anymore.
I feel like when you go, I guess on your phone.
There's a way to do it, isn't there?
I think so. I think I know what you're saying here, and I'm trying to think.
I know that I used to have it to where I could flip to where my news feed was just the people on my prospect list.
Right.
But I can't find it anymore. Ah!
Let's see. How about this? Okay, I figured it out. Okay, so when you're on your computer, you see the Explore on this left side. Go down to Friends List, and then you can.
Okay, so that's okay. So there, yeah. So prospects. See, that was even up there. Yeah. You're right. So then that comes up in my news feed.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
You can manage lists. You can even change the name. Yeah.
Awesome.
Little tricks, right?
Right.
Makes things so
Here
much-
yesterday, I was trying to go through Facebook because going on people's pages were not working for me. I would go way down and still it'd be I couldn't find some reason to message them to bring it up.
Okay, so here, let's just pick one of my people, okay? We'll just do the first one.
Okay.
This girl I actually went to high school with. She's pregnant with her 3rd baby. I have talked to her multiple times. She's actually a lawyer, but she doesn't work right now because she's got, this is her baby and she's pregnant, see? And
Okay.
then these are her 2 kids and then she's pregnant, very, very pregnant. 10 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this person, I think that's kind of cut and dry. Like you can kind of, like you could figure that one out probably. Let's see about this one. This one I used to go to high school with, and I really don't know. They're going, and they're taking a friend with them on vacation, a friend of their daughter's. Okay, so here's, I'm not really getting a whole lot there. So then I go, this is what I mean by stalking. I'm gonna go to her about. Oh, she's doing Jamberry nails. Sorry.
Right. And then 31 consultant.
Yes. Yeah, so if she's got to have two, it's probably not doing, like, probably not where she wants to be.
Right.
She's also a teacher. I don't know if she's worked. Let's see where she's lived. Okay, so she's in Michigan. So that's something that I could bring up. I can look up, I'm just gonna pull up my maps. And I'm going to type in Grand Rapids. And then I'm going to get directions, like see how far Sterling Heights is. Okay, so it's 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Grand Rapids. So this is probably how I would do it. Like at first I would talk about her kids. Like, I think that her kids are cute, and I think that they're going on vacation is awesome. And I would say, I hope you have a great time on vacation. It looks like you're going to have a lot of fun. And that's how I would start it off. Okay. And when she responds, then I would say, I noticed that you're in Sterling Heights in Michigan, which is about 2.5 hours from Grand Rapids. And that's where It Works started. Or where, I probably wouldn't say It Works. I would just say where the company started that I'm with. Have you heard of it? Like in her area. I know that she's seen me posting about it because she's liked some of my stuff, but I would ask her if she's ever heard of it from another person, like as far as blitzing. Like I would bring it up in that way. Does that make sense? So that's totally different than finding her need, but it would just be like a way to open it up. And if she says no, then I would be like, oh my gosh, I just love that this network is so open. Or if she says yes, then I would probably just ask her if she ever tried it. You know?
Okay.
But that's because of Michigan, and I don't really see anything else. Like, I don't see her need right now because, you know, like it's not right there present. And most of the time it is.
Right.
That's a way in. Okay. And sometimes I'm not actually looking for like, it's not all about the business. I mean, if they're on my hundreds list, I'm trying to figure out a way, but like this person, I'll just give her laughing face and say something. So I commented. So when people comment, you notice them, right?
Right.
And if you keep seeing their name over and over, you're going to stand out to them. when people comment on your stuff, people that are constantly doing that, they start standing out, right?
Right.
And you're like, And typically, those are the people. I had this happen the other day. Like I was commenting on this girl's stuff, I don't know, for probably the last couple weeks because she started popping up in my news feed. And before I knew it, she was liking my pictures from 2 years ago.
Oh,
So I know that I caught her attention because I was commenting on her. And so she started stalking me and liking pictures from 2 years ago, you know? So then
right.
she went into my high prospect list because I know that she's seeing everything that I've been doing for 2 years because she went that far back. So her interest was definitely piqued because she wasn't liking things from 2 days ago. It was 2 years ago. And if her interest is piqued, that's when she keeps going back.
Right.
So really, again, it's just creating those relationships and being there for people. But this is a good way to make sure that you are able to do that a little bit easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is easier? Do you feel like this is like harder than it should be?
I think I'm making it harder than it should be.
You know, I think that's what a lot of us do because we start getting into it and we're like, well, it has to be harder than this. Like people that are going Black Diamond or people that are going Ambassador Diamond, it has to be harder. They have to be doing something way more. And so then you try and make it something way more instead of just being simple. This is pretty simple. I mean, it does take some time to filter through your list.
Right.
Let me see. So I can go through like Heather Hall right here. I can just make sure that she's in the right list. Nope, she's not. I don't know why I have so many of these group, like people added me to them and so then they automatically went into my list too. But I can put her in those and then I can also put her in my good friends list. Okay?
Okay.
So they can be in lots of lists. Oh, now oh, there we go. It wasn't letting me do what I wanted. Okay. So I know that you're busy. I will continue on here, but if you feel like you've got enough to keep you busy for a little while, I don't want to just waste your time this morning.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I gotta get off about 10, but other than that, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So what do you feel like is like what do you need for you to like have? I mean, obviously you probably don't know what you need for a light bulb moment to just like propel you, but what do you feel you need? What do you feel you need to know in order to make it happen?
I don't know. I'm just so stuck right now. I think just because I'm overthinking it, I'm so stuck on the whole finding those 5 to 10 people and not do the annoying message.
Okay, so let's, you know what? Why don't you screen share with me?
How in the heck do I do that?
Are you on your PC? Oh, you're on your phone.
Let's see.
Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just you're on your PC. Just tell me what they're saying. Tell me a little bit about them. and we'll just work through it.
Okay, just wait a little bit.
Pick somebody that it makes you so nervous to even think about messaging them because you really would love to have them on your team. Like somebody that like makes your hands clammy to even think about it.
I don't even know if I have. I don't know. Trying to think. Like my cousin, my husband's cousin, I would love. But like, yeah, she'd be one I would like, I don't even bring it up because I'm like, oh my gosh, like she's not gonna want to do it.
Okay, so tell me why you would like to have her on your team. What is it about?
Well, like me and her, like are best friends. And she's just, I don't know, she's awesome and she's like really hardworking. And I mean, I think if she would like actually do it, she would like be my next, double diamond or, like I think she's got that way about her that like she can just say something and her friends would be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll do that. Like,
So she has a lot of influence.
Yeah.
Okay. So right there, you told me exactly why you want her. Why don't you tell her that?
Okay. Okay.
So tell me, what does she need?
What do you mean? What does she need?
Does she love her job, or would she rather not be at that job? Does she, I mean, you never truly know. Even my best friends didn't even know our financial situation. Okay. We actually do have the white fence in front of our yard. Okay. And everybody thought that we had it all together, but we didn't. Like we had a massive amount of debt. Okay.
Right.
So you may not necessarily know what their finances is, but maybe you do. Maybe she is sharing that. Do you feel that she has a need financially?
No, not really.
Okay. What does she do?
She's a medical assistant.
Okay. So how many hours is she working?
I think it's like full-time all week long. And then her son was born on the same day as my daughter. So she's got a 7-month-old son.
Okay, so here we go. Like, that's when you say, listen, I love you. You know that I love spending time with you. You have an influence over people. You're passionate about helping people because you're in the medical field.
Right.
But what if you could help people from your home to where you didn't have to live for the weekends to see your baby?
Right.
I lived for the weekends. When you worked, did you live for the weekend or live for the day off or the night off? I mean, I didn't always work just through the week. A lot of times I worked weekends, and then it was like I was just living for a Monday night not to work, right?
Right.
Nothing was happening, but I was just living for time away. And that's always catch-up time. So they live for the weekend, but then the weekend comes and they've got to do the laundry for the week. They have to have groceries for the week. there's all this stuff that happens, and then there's Sunday, and they're like, oh my God, I have to go to work tomorrow. Like, and so Sunday has like this black cloud looming over because they know that it's the whole rat race is going to start over.
Right.
So present it in a way of, I want to do this with you. Will you give me 10 to 15 minutes and just talk about this? Because I would love to see you at home with your baby and we could raise our kids together.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that would work for you to talk to her like that?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you can start looking at things like that and be like, okay, that's how I talk to them?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I just have to like remember this.
Well, I'm
Like-
recording, so you can have a recording. And then, okay, so give me another person. Another person on your list.
Mm,
And maybe it's not somebody that even makes your palms sweaty. You just are thinking, man, I wish that they could change their situation. Because we all know people that feel like they're just getting hit from every angle and can't ever catch a break.
right. Let's see. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. So I have this one lady who I've been talking to for a long time, like a few months actually. And she works in the summers as a construction person. So she literally works like super early in the morning to super late at night in the summers. And so she first came to me. She first came to me because she just wants to be healthier, because when you're out on the road, you can't have a good meal and be healthy.
Way harder. Yeah.
Right. So then I was telling her all these things, and she's like, okay, well, we have to wait because I don't have the money because I'm not working and blah, blah, blah. So, like, I brought up the business, and she wasn't really interested way back then. But now she says she would love to, to be in the business. And she would, like, financially and just, like, healthy-wise. But I message her all the time, but I don't know when she gets off work. So when she sees it, it's usually really late, and then she doesn't say anything.
Okay, so there's a couple ways. Just a second. Okay, so first of all, I would say, I know that you don't get this until it's late. It's okay. Text message me back and I'll get it when I get it, or we'll talk, whenever you get off work, the next day. Just tell me and I'll make sure that I'm awake and we can talk. So that kind of combats that. The other thing that I like to do is, if they're kind of, I would like to do this, but like they're just kind of in limbo, I say, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being don't ever talk to me again, lose my phone number. 10 being I'm ready to sign. Like, where do I sign right now? Where are you at? Okay.
Okay.
And whatever number they say, I mean, if they're like on the 3 side, then you're going to be like, okay, well, when would you like me to follow up? If they're on the 6, really 5 to 10 in that area. I mean, if they're at 10, you're going to call me like, give me your number. We're doing this right now. Because you
Right.
get them when they're hot. When they're ready to sign, you sign them up right then. You don't wait even an hour. Okay?
Right.
But if they're 5 to 9, say, what's it going to take to get you to a 10? What's holding you back? If they're saying finances, say, well, do you see your financial situation changing if you don't change something else, if you don't have a supplemental? Because here's reality. So you get a quarter raise at your job, at your yearly, that's $10 a week extra, $40 a month.
Right.
Right? Like, is that $40 really going to change your life? Or would an extra $500 change your life every month? So you just kind of have to start like looking at a bigger picture and helping them try and realize that that's kind of a no-brainer. If they don't see their situation changing and they're not happy with where they're at, something has to give, right? They're going to have to be willing. I mean, who wants a second job?
Right.
Who wants a third job? I worked 3 jobs before. That is awful. It's awful. And I know that there's a girl in our focus group that's working 3 jobs. That's rough because you just meet yourself in the doorway. You're changing clothes, changing your uniform, and heading back out, or changing in your car or the bathroom at the next job.
Right.
So network marketing, residual income. I think most people don't understand residual income. And the reason for that is this. A lot of them think that we are like those pink companies where you buy something and you sell it 50% or 100% higher. Okay. So I can buy a tube of lipstick for $5 and I sell it for, I guess it's like $6 and then they sell it for $12. Okay. It's a one-time sale and they're always hustling, or like the legging companies right now. It's a one-time sale. There's not that residual. It's just like working a job. I mean, not really, but in a way, like.
Right. You're not going to get the money unless you sell that product.
Exactly. Okay. So with residual income, I get paid on what I do today for at least 3 months. But I have customers that I signed up 6.5 years ago that I'm still getting paid on. I'm still getting paid on the things that I did over 6 years ago, every single day. Right?
Right.
That's not ever going to happen in a job. There's no job that's going to do that. So you can work 10 jobs. You're still not going to be paid for the time that you're not there. Right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, my brother-in-law works for Home Depot. He's a store manager and he works his butt off. Like he works so hard and he works for bonuses, but he's not responsible for what the bonus happens if they make certain margins. And if not, he's completely out. But if he would take off for a month, if he would get sick, there's no pay.
Right.
Right? FMLA will pick in so you still have a job, but who's paying your bills?
Right.
So those are the other things that you can kind of put in there. Like, what's your plan B? What would happen if you would get sick? What would happen if you were in a car accident? How are you going to pay your bills? That's what residual income is for.
Right.
We had our house burned down. And 3 days after that, my son's lip was bit off by a dog. He lost the whole top of his lip. And we were in plastic surgery. And 60 days after our house burned down, my sister was diagnosed with cancer. Yeah. And I mean, I was like, I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. I could barely pick my feet up.
Right.
And having to deal with insurance companies, and I'm facing the reality of my sister may not live. I may not ever see her walk down an aisle. My son's lip has stitches all through it. Like it was a hot mess time. But you know what? If I would have had to have worked a job, I don't know how I would have been able to do all of the things that I did.
Right.
I was able to like be there for my sister. I was able to take Mitchell to all of his appointments. I was able to meet with all of my insurance adjusters. I was able to go meet with all of the contractors and be at the house to make sure that things were going the right way. I had to stick to a complete budget because of insurance, all of these things. And you know what? On the 15th of every month, I got a check, a double diamond check. I wasn't punching any clocks. That's what residual income is.
Right.
So when you've got somebody that's saying, I need the money, but I don't have the 99, that's when you say, Google residual income. And let me tell you what that means. Because when they finally get that, they'll break through a brick wall to get to it.
Yeah.
Like, that's phenomenal.
Right.
And if you are struggling and you're like, I'm so nervous to do this, I don't know what I'm doing. Guess what? You just do it because that residual income is waiting for you. Mark Pentecost cannot wait to write that check out to you.
Right.
And he wants to bless the socks off of you. It's true.
Yeah. I totally had something to say and now I forgot.
Sorry, I talked too long.
No, it's okay. Oh, shoot.
Was it about that girl?
Huh?
Was it about that girl, like being on the road and her business and?
No. It was right before we started talking about residual income, I think. But I don't remember.
That's why I have to write down my notes.
I was like, oh, I'll remember it. And it didn't get.
I'm sorry.
No, that's.
Well, I was talking about having 3 jobs. Like that. Like if you're always working, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Sorry. When you remember, you have my phone number and you can text me, okay?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Do you have any, like, pointers? Okay, so me and one of my downlines were doing a vendor show in my tiny town on Saturday. So do you have any, like, pointers to, like, say to people? Because I've done 2 vendor shows now, and both of them, I mean, not many people came, but nobody even, like, stopped at our table.
Oh.
So it's like,
so quite honestly, that's a better question for Janet, because I know that she really does a really good job of vendor events. That is not my strength. I'm like that. I'm like, nobody's coming to my table. I'm sitting here, I'm smiling, I'm standing in front of my table, I'm doing everything that everyone says to do. And I mean, I have little synthetic diamonds on the table, like the black sparkly tablecloth. I've got products, I have samples. I don't know. But I also think that some of it is because I've done several, like, and it's a super small town. But I do know that Hannah Brockelman is on my team. She's a Ruby, and she said that she feels, or Ruby, maybe Emerald. It doesn't matter. She has like a wipe-off board, a white wipe-off board. Okay?
okay.
And she says Team Orange, Team Berry on it with a Sharpie. And then she has little cups like the little toothpaste, like the
Yep.
bathroom
Dixie
cups?
cups.
Okay.
Yep.
And she has orange and berry, and she's got them marked. And then they get to tally, like they put their tally mark down for their favorite.
Okay.
And when people see that they're like part of something, like even something so silly as a tally mark, they want to come try it. And so when they're at her table, then she gets to talk about how they just got their fruits and veggies for the day. They just and it tastes good. It doesn't taste like grass. Most people think that greens are going to taste like grass because most of them do. They taste real earthy, dirt grass type. Not a lot, like go chew on some tree bark,
Right.
Ours tastes good. So that's a great way. That really works for her. She told me that about 10 minutes before I was pulling into my vendor event. And I'm like, well, I don't have a wipe off board. I couldn't try it. But then I know that Tiffany Pasek, she's an ambassador under Kyler as well. They do little gift bags, and they have like a wrap, energy, like 5 probiotic, and then 5 greens on the go. And they sell it for $35, I think. So
Okay.
that kind of gets attention because they're getting some products, but then they're getting to wrap, but then they're falling in love with the greens, and they're falling in love with the probiotic because that probiotic is amazing. And then they get to have the energy as well. Or you can even skip the energy, and just do greens, probiotic, and a wrap and say, this is our special today. It's only $35. And you're going to get the wrap. Tiffany does a lot of them, but Janet, she rocks those stinking things all the time. She even came to the Missouri State Fair, and I was like, listen, you're in my stomping ground here, and I couldn't even do it myself. She does a really good job. So maybe she would be a better one to help you. I've signed loyal customers, but not my strong suit. And I'm a firm believer that if you work with your strength, that's when you'll be blessed. Do you know what you're good at in this business?
What I love to do is help people. So the fact that I, could reach out to people, try to help them, I think that's mine. But I think I'm really bad at just trying to sign distributors. Loyal customers are easier for me just because it's it's simple. You just order for 3 months and you can keep ordering if you like. And, that one's way more simple for me.
Okay, so it's more simple, but it's not more simple for them if they need money.
Right.
Right? So what if they could have their greens and get their nails done at the same time? Instead of just getting greens.
Right.
And you could get your nails and your hair and diapers. Right?
Right.
Okay. So whenever I'm signing, I've signed so many loyals this year and not so many distributors. And I realized that I had to fall in love with the business again. Because when you fall in love with the business, that's when you attract distributors. So find something that you truly love about this and then start sharing it. and be contagious. Oh my gosh, I love that ceiling fan. Sorry.
Thanks. Home Depot.
Awesome. Looks like palm trees. Reminds me of it. It's awesome. I am better belly to belly. I love one-on-ones. Like just like you and I right now. This is comfort zone for me. This is what I'm good at. That's why I was a nurse. And I was a wound care nurse, so I was taking care of one person at a time. Okay? Find what you love, like who you are as a person, and then find how you can work this business within that.
Okay.
I mean, you've got the personality. You just have to trust it. I know I'm right. You don't have to agree.
Oh, goodness.
I know you're busy, so oh my gosh, I remember those bags.
Yeah, they suck. But my cousin gives me my milk, so we're good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, she's very much gifted.